All right, sorry for that technical difficulty. The video wasn't working, but this morning we have our academic breakout with Miss Henley. She has spent 25 years building award-winning programs and is currently the director of Pathways Academic Student Success here at CMU. She is a native of Flint, Michigan, holds a BAA, and a BSA in leadership from CMU. She's recognized across the state of Michigan as an expert in her field, serving first-generation at-risk youth to prepare and succeed in college. She is known for her no-nonsense direct communication style and speaking truth to students, parents, administrators, and faculty regarding issues of college access and success. So now we have Miss Henley and her team with the academic breakout session.
We are excited to be here with you today for Impact 2020. And as Michelle introduced, I am Mrs. Mary Henley. I am the director of CMU's first generation program called Pathways to Academic Success. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. So our presenters for this session are all part of the Office for Student Success located in Ronan Hall. We are all joining you properly social distance from various locations. Our session today is titled, We All Start with an A, because it doesn't matter what you did in high school or at another college, your GPA at CMU right now, as you begin this fall semester, is a 4.0. It is up to you to make the best decisions you need to make in order to keep that. So I would love to be in a room with all of you, seeing all of your smiling faces and meeting you in person, but we are going to make the best of our virtual time together today. So let's meet the rest of our presenters, starting with Azure. Azure, let me get that correct.
Hello, everyone. My name is Azure. I am a sophomore this year, and a fun fact about me is I was just where you guys are right now. Just last year, I was participating in Impact, and now I am double majoring in photojournalism and broadcast cinematic arts, and I am minoring in applied business communications. I am also from Detroit, Michigan, and I am involved in Pathways Sister Circles and the Grand Central Magazine. This summer, I worked as a Pathways orientation mentor, and this semester, I will be a teaching assistant for the Pathways First Year Experiences course.
Wow, Azure, you have accomplished a lot in just 1 year. So that's just a testament to, where you all need to be in about a year. So let's talk to Teresa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Teresa, and I am a senior at CMU. I am studying family studies and sociology with a minor in leadership. I work as a teacher's assistant for the Pathways office. I also work as a Pathways orientation mentor, and I am also a student ambassador for the College of Education and Human Services. A fun fact about me is that I just finished a research project at the university.
Awesome. Thanks, Teresa. It sounds like you have been really involved on campus. Ms. Black at the top, how are you?
I am doing great. Good morning. So as Mrs. Henley said, my name is Ms. Holly Black, and I am the academic advisor for Pathways to Academic Student Success. I came to CMU in 2005. Don't try to age me. Thank you. As a first generation college student, I have received my Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education here and my Master's of Science in Administration. One fact about me, one fun fact is during my undergrad time here at CMU, I was one of the founding members of a registered student organization called Forever Stepping Step Squad. So that was a lot of fun. So you can come to campus and make your own organizations. I have worked with the Pathways office for 5 years now, and I look forward to seeing you all on campus, even though I can't see you now. It's fine.
Well, wonderful, Holly. It sounds like you truly bleed maroon and gold, and you've made the best of your time and connections here at CMU. So again, I'm Mary Henley. I'm originally from Flint, and a fun fact about me is that I lived in Bettle Hall, right across from the Towers complex, when I was a freshman here at CMU. So I have lived the first generation's experience, and I look forward to sharing all with you. So today we will cover a number of topics, and Holly is going to begin with living and learning and thriving at CMU. Go ahead, Holly.
Okay, as we try to pull up the presentation, it's coming. It's coming. The
Just
presentation.
keep going.
All right. So, talking about living and learning at CMU, we're going to take a few minutes right now to do a parent share because we know that coming to college is a different experience. So, take a minute to write down your thoughts or think about them in your head. And we're going to discuss your answers with the person next to you. So the questions are, what do you think will be different about college? What are you looking forward to? And what are you nervous about? So please take time to answer those questions and drop your answers in the comments. So this is live, so you can comment live. Please drop your answers. And we are going to kind of go through some of the answers. But while I wait for you all to actually put in your answers, we're going to hear a little bit from our presenters. So let us start with AZ. So AZ, as far as coming back to CMU, did you have, when you first came, were you nervous about anything? Like, what did you think was going to be different?
Man, coming back to school this semester, I definitely had a whole list of worries and concerns following the whole COVID-19 pandemic. But now that I finally came back to campus, I feel a lot more comfortable with my decision to stay on campus this year. When I first came back, I went into a few different buildings, and I can actually see like the difference between last year and this year. Like they have hand sanitizer placed throughout campus, specific exits and entrances so it doesn't get as crowded as last year. They're constantly cleaning throughout the day. Like I saw janitor staff like all the time throughout the buildings and stuff. And they have a lot more signs in the hallways, like keep right, keep left, and a lot of COVID reminders like keeping your hands clean and remembering to socially distance.
How about you, Teresa?
I think it is definitely a really great thing to talk about because everyone's a little bit nervous after coming back from such an interesting time in our lives. And after going back on campus and working in places like the University Center and going back to Ronan Hall, I realized that there has been a lot of preparation for our return back to campus this fall. So like AZ said, there are a lot of different precautions that have been taken to make sure that we're all social distancing and wearing masks. There's a lot of reminders on campus, hand sanitizing stations, cleaning stations, and a lot of people just walking around, checking on people, and making sure that we're all doing our own part to be responsible right now.
So with new friendships, AZ?
Yes. So for me, last year, like I said, I came in through the Impact program, but I didn't really know anyone on campus. So it took me a minute to actually get situated and used to campus. And I was very homesick the first few weeks on campus. I FaceTimed my family and friends a lot. And I was worried about making friends outside of just my regular high school group. But as I got situated and started classes, I started to make some real friends. I also talked to my resident assistant or RA, and she suggested that I got out of my room more so I could actually meet people. So I went to main stage and I looked at all the registered student organizations or RSOs to be involved in. And this is where I joined the Grand Central Magazine. And this is where I started to get some real life experience in my field of photojournalism and broadcast cinematic arts. And I was able to start meeting so many people and develop real friendships there.
Hey, Teresa, what about personal responsibility?
That is a really good question. I think it's really important to recognize that we all have our own responsibility to ourselves when we start our time at CMU. For example, when I started at CMU, the new freedom that I had was amazing. Like I could choose when to study, when to work, when to hang out with my friends, when to drive home, when to work, when to eat, and when to work. And there are a lot of upsides to this freedom, but we all have to keep in mind that we're responsible for ourselves, and no one is really going to come in and check in on us to make sure that we're going to class or doing our homework. So this personal responsibility means that you are the only person in charge and you are the only reason that you do well. This means that if you hang out with your friends till 4 a.m., but you have an 8 a.m. the next day, you probably won't make class. And if this becomes a habit, the grade for your 8 a.m. might not be too good. So it is really important to make sure that you are understanding that responsibility, to make sure that you go to class on time, that you are prepared, and that you are well rested.
Very good advice, Teresa. You know, everything here is new. And did we get any responses in the chat that we want to share at this point?
We did. Our friend Trinity said she's excited for making new friends, but nervous that it'll go back online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And this is, go ahead, Mrs. Tilly.
This is definitely our reality. You know what? We're going to plan the best we can, and then we're going to roll with it. That is the best we can do during this time. Okay, anything else in our chat?
Amir said, hey, one of our Pathway scholars. Hi, Amir.
Hey, Amir. Yes.
And that's all. Nobody said anything. It's quiet. I need them to start texting. Come on.
I know. This is a wonderful way for us. We can't see you, but you can see us. So give us some energy in the chat so that we can feel the love. Okay.
All right. So these are some of the things that some of our students said were different about college. So the classes, the location, where are your classes? I hope you take this time out to figure out where your classes are so you won't be lost on Monday. Meeting new people, and then the new experiences. But always remember, take time to step outside of your box. Don't box yourself, because then you won't have the experiences. Team Hopeful, excited to learn something I wanted to learn since kindergarten. Period. Yeah. This is the place where you get your career started. This is where you really start to get invested.
Yes.
All right.
So next, we're going to have college success advice from some of our Central Michigan University students. Just advice for you as you begin your CMU journey.
Going in my freshman year, the one thing I wish I would have known was how important it was to have a planner. I'm the type of person that literally worries about everything, so my planner is my savior for getting through school. It helps me keep intact of different tasks and assignments I have throughout the week, and it also helps me better prepare for exams during the school year.
When I started my time at CMU, I felt really comfortable walking into new places and talking to new people, but it was not always like that. There was this one time I was walking home from a tour and I got completely lost and turned around and I could not find my car. So I was a little panicked and I decided to stop an older student and ask if they could help me out. They stopped and they helped out and they pointed me in the right direction and kind of gave me some tips about navigating campus. And their attitude was really great and it was so nice to get some help from them. So I apologized profusely and I said that I was really sorry for not being prepared, and they stopped me and they said that they love to help and they love meeting new people and they were really glad that I was here. Just that experience was a really great way for me to understand that new students and faculty and staff are just so happy that new students are here and that we are bringing on new Central Michigan Chippewas every year.
On a typical week, I spend about 1 to 5 hours studying per class. This can change if I have an exam that week or something changes. It's important to study all of my material. One way to stay successful is to be proactive. Don't reach out when you get a bad grade. Reach out when you start needing help or start falling behind. Also, make sure to make relationships with the professors and fellow students to help you stay successful.
Hello everyone, my name is Deja Saunders, and one piece of advice I wish I could have given my freshman self was to take my time and not stress myself out when things don't go as planned. For example, I know when I graduated high school that I didn't have the opportunity to go straight to a university like some of my peers. Instead, I went to a community college for 2 years, and honestly, that has been one of the best decisions I could have ever made. I know sometimes as college students, we want to rush to get to the goals that we want to achieve in life, but we really need to just learn to take baby steps and realize that everything has a process and it will work out in the end.
My freshman experience was full of building new connections, staying up on weekdays just for fun, and being dedicated to not skip any classes. Since I made my classes a priority here at CMU, it really helped me keep focused on what's actually important. With the help of not only Pathways admin, but CMU's admin as a whole, they made me feel like this was where I belong, like I'm at home. They cared about my success just as much as I did, which really helped me push forward and moving on. And if I could go back into my freshman year, I would definitely get involved more and not stay up as much as I did, because sleep is way important than I thought it was back in my freshman year.
Thanks for watching our video.
Mrs. Henley, what is your best advice for incoming students?
Oh, really good question. My best advice is to enjoy your freshman year or your first year at CMU. Enjoy learning about campus, the new people, new experiences. Don't worry so much about not looking like a freshman. You know, step outside of your comfort zone, because that's how you will grow. So that is the best advice I have to offer. So let's talk a little bit more about learning in college. One of the biggest concerns for most college students is how will learning at the college level be different from high school? So let's take a few minutes for personal reflection. I want you to write this down, you know, put it in a text message to yourself, write it on a piece of paper. That's up to you, but your own personal reflection. So think about, what time did high school start each day? What time did it end? How many hours did you study each week in high school? How many hours? Be real. Did high school feel easy for you, or was it hard, and why? So the timing of the day, how many hours did you study, and was high school hard or was it easy, and why? So as you jot down your answers to that, you can actually offer us some input into the chat. But what we want to do is have AZ share how she manages her time using her time management chart. She's already developed this for her fall semester people. So AZ, please tell us about your time management and the differences with high school.
Yes, so soon as I got my fall semester schedule, I started working on my time management chart, as Ms. Henley knows. My time management chart is really important to me because it helps me stay on top of all the things that I have to do throughout the week, like keeping track of all my priorities, like my classes. When making my time management chart, I always put in my classes first, as they are my top priority in college. Then I put in my desired work schedule and study times.
So your classes are in a certain color? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain that in a moment. As I was about to say, I then add in the important life needs like sleeping, eating, and taking care of my dog. Then I assign each specific task a color, and then I put in specific times just to help me stay even more organized so I know when it starts and ends. And it also to further help me visually see what I have to do. So as you see, all the white spaces is my free time throughout the week. And with the time ending, I'll be able to see more specifically when I'm free and when I'm not free. Now, in order for me to figure out how long I need to study specifically, I look at the credit hours I have for that semester and then I double it. So for this semester, for example, I have 15 credit hours. So I planned out 30 hours each week to study. Now, in the beginning, I did think that this process was a little extreme when Ms. Henley asked me to do it at the beginning of FYE last year. But now that I have used it for a full year, it's not as extreme as I thought it was because it definitely helped me stay on top of all my work and even be ahead in most of my classes last year. So overall, my time management chart has helped me stay extremely organized and helped me remember when I had different things I had to do throughout the week.
Thank you so much, AZ. Oh my goodness. So we have some comments over here. So thank you all for putting stuff in the comments. Somebody says study 0 hours in high school. Studying, what is that? So,
Thank you for being real.
Exactly. And so because of that, you do have to figure out new ways to study and how you learn best. Oh, I see Ella, one of my orientation mentors. Hi, Ella. All right. Thank you, AZ, for sharing your time management. All right. So now we're going to talk about learning in college. We all learn different. So there are 3 learning types we'll focus on. So we have visual, which are books, graphics, diagrams, or color coding, as AZ has her time management perfectly color coded. Auditory, so you like when people talk to you. You can understand better when you're in study groups or in lecture halls. And then you have kinesthetic. So those are the hands-on applications, flashcards, things like that. Me, I would say that it depends on what I'm studying. I'm a visual learner, an auditory learner, and a kinesthetic learner. When I have to study or read a book for class, I cannot have it on audiobook. It will not work for me because I'll start thinking about the laundry I have to do, the things I have to cook. But if I am putting something together, please give me the instructions and all of the parts. Yes, I do read instructions before I put things together because that's just me, but I line up all of the parts in the order that they're supposed to be. So I am all 3 of these. Mrs. Henley, how about you?
You know me, I'm visual. Don't read to me. Don't tell it. Show it on a piece of paper. I will draw circles. I need to visualize in order to process. So that is my learning style. So Azur, do you have a learning style?
Yeah, I'm both a visual and auditory learner, and I think this works best for me like when I have textbooks and stuff. Like I can't just read it. If I read it, 1, it's gonna take me all day, and 2, I'm not gonna actually comprehend what I'm reading. I'm just gonna like kind of gloss over it. So that's why I try to like look stuff up on YouTube and get the auditory book for free, and then I'll listen to that while I read the textbook, and I'll fully take it in, and I'll like hear the conversation developing in my head. Teresa, what about you?
I use most of these learning styles, but it really all depends on what I'm trying to learn. So for example, I really need to use my textbook to study for some of my exams. However, sometimes I really learn just having a conversation with my professors. I think that like depends on the class. Other times I work better starting right away and practicing a lot. For example, I just learned how to longboard and my friend was trying to show me all of the different ways that you hold your feet and how you balance and everything. And I realized I just had to hop on the board and learn for myself. And sometimes that works better for me too.
Teresa, what's a longboard? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. A longboard is like a skateboard except longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're super fun.
Something that at my age I will not begin. Okay, just want to make that clear.
So all of these learning styles are really important and they're all super valid and it really depends on how you learn. So whether it's on paper or online, it's really important to identify how you do that best for yourself. So awesome. Thank you. Technology during our time at the university is our greatest ally. I would highly recommend downloading these different apps that we showcase on the screen today. First, a lot of notifications from the university and from your courses will arrive via email. Without the Outlook app, you will lose a lot of opportunities to be notified as quickly as possible. So downloading this app will help you get those notifications in real time. To be notified as quickly as Another app that shares a relationship with Outlook is the Blackboard app. This is a great way to check your grades and assignments from your mobile device. This way, you can find this information quickly without running home to logging into your computer. Something that the university stresses is sustainability and recycling. When I study for an exam, I use a lot of flashcards, and I learned that after the exam was over, I didn't really touch those cards again, and I just ended up throwing them out, which is really sad. So later, I learned that Quizlet is a really great website to make digital flashcards. And a really great bonus is that they actually make games out of that content that you give the website. So you can play a lot of games, you can study, and you really can master your content on that website. So Quizlet has really helped me be more efficient and helped me prioritize the resources that I use. And one important thing for us to remember is to understand ourselves and how we all learn. Awesome. One of the best ways to make sure that you use your years at CMU in the most efficient way possible is to really establish a good foundation. Make sure you spend time getting to know people on your floor and in your classes. Join an RSO and do everything in your power to make friendships. This way, you have a few groups of people on campus, and your friendships will continue throughout your time with the university. Next, something that I really loved doing was exploring the buildings on campus. Each building has a beautiful study room that are meant just for students to use. There are also a few hidden places on campus that are awesome to use as a relaxation space, like the greenhouse. Spend some time getting to know the places on campus, and this way you know where you can go when you need some quiet time. Lastly, it is really important to reflect on who you are and who you want to be. Walking into a new town with new people means that nobody knows who you are. Embrace this time to grow and become the best version of yourself.
Awesome. Thank you, Teresa. Thriving on campus. It is part of your success. Now, we have mentioned the Office of Student Success several times. The Office of Student Success is located in Ronan Hall and is home to several programs, and it is a hub for student success on campus. It houses a number of grant programs that you all may be familiar with from middle and high school. You know, we have our College Day program where students come to campus and they learn about campus and they learn about what they need to do in order to get to where you are now. And many of you may have participated in those programs. We also have our Upper Bound and Talent Search programs, and those are located down in the Detroit area and work with schools in the Detroit area. And there are ways to get involved in all of these programs here on campus. We've mentioned Pathways to Academic Student Success. That is where we're from. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. And we have our McNair Scholars Program. And that is after you have been successful on campus and you want to start thinking about graduate programs, master's and doctoral studies. That is a program you need to learn about. So we're getting you started today, but we have this big plan for your educational journey. Let's talk a little bit about Pathways to Academic Student Success.
What's up, Chippewas? My name is Devontae Brown. I'm a junior at Central Michigan majoring in broadcast cinematic arts with a minor in multimedia design, and I'm also a Pathways scholar. Pathways? What's that? Good question. Pathways is a program on CMU's campus offered to students from Michigan who are either Pell Grant eligible or first generation. It is one of the best resources around campus and can help you with things like planning your classes for the rest of your college career, keeping you focused while studying or doing homework, and helping you understand ways to raise your GPA. I was first introduced to Pathways during my freshman orientation, and I found it very interesting, so I took the opportunity. Even though I wasn't so involved at first, it wasn't until second semester when I was told to take a semester off because my grades weren't up to par with my academic standing at the time that I realized just how much Pathways cares about their scholars. I was so afraid because I didn't know what this would mean for me, and if I were to take a semester off, I wouldn't even know if I wanted to come back. So I told the school that I didn't want to wait and was sent to the Pathways office to meet with an advisor. While I was there, I was finally introduced to the director herself, Mrs. Mary Henley. After I explained my situation to her, she told me that Pathways would help me as much as they could because she could see and they could see that I was determined. That semester, I was rematriculated and succeeded in my second semester of college. Pathways is more than just joining the program, though. When you join Pathways, you join a family. Every new Pathways scholar is encouraged to meet new students so that they essentially have a home away from home and no other student will feel like they're alone. So, are you considering joining us? If you are, start here.
First, you will want to go to cmich.edu/pathways. That will bring you to the Pathways homepage where you can click Apply Today, and that will get you connected to Pathways as soon as possible. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.
That is awesome. You know, I have to tell you, I love Devontae. He is one of our office assistants, and both he and Azure, they work on our Pathways YouTube channel. They also do many of our social media projects, and they have been awesome in putting these videos together. And, you know, Azure is a sophomore, and Devontae, he's just so honest about his story. So if you're interested in joining us, talk with us after this presentation. Next, I want to talk about online success. So right now we are all, you know, some of us have online classes, some of us are joining, you know, online, some in person, but as you are, you know, getting ready for this semester, we have a number of tips that we would like you to consider when you are, you know, doing online classes. So treat a course like it's a real course. Get out of bed, you know, get out of bed, have a space to work in, set alarms. So there are a number of things that you can do. Eliminate distractions. You know, don't say, oh, I think I'm just going to do this class from bed and my pillow today. Make sure that you set yourself up for success. You know, and figure out, we talked about different learning styles, how you learn best. Turn on your camera, take off the bonnet, take off the do-rag, and be present. Be as present as possible for your online courses. Hey, panel, do we have anything else to offer on online courses?
I think it's really important to schedule out your time as well. Without understanding how you use your time throughout the day, it's harder to get everything done.
Wonderful.
No,
Definitely. I would say even make a time management chart for online courses as well, because I did that for last semester.
Okay. Wonderful. Are we getting anything in the chat? Online courses.
Someone just said no bonnets, question mark.
Take the bonnet off for the camera, okay? Because I will go and put my bonnet on for you all. I'm just saying. It just helps you.
I mean, do you
to
want
be
to
more
see your
active and
classmates about it?
attentive.
You know what? Funny story. This is an aside. My freshman year, I was walking through the UC and I had on my scarf because I was like, you know what? This is a party day. Okay. I didn't party, but it was a party day. So I needed my wrap to be laid like I needed it to be, right? So I had on my scarf and a gentleman walked up to me. He was actually a student and was like, sis, don't do that anymore. Like, do not come out the house with that scarf on your head. I'm like, but my hair gotta lay down. And he was like, no, lay it down before you leave out and get it together. So yes, no bonnets, no scarves.
Same rule applies. Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Holly, for sharing your story. We have a few more top 10 success tips. We're going to start with Azure.
All right, I muted myself. Number one, go to class. Like, seriously, I had to learn this my freshman year because I thought, I heard that we didn't have to go to class as much as we needed to. So, this is very important. Let me tell you a tip. Okay, we're gonna lean in. Professors will give you some secret participation points at the end of the year. You don't know this, but they sit in the front of the room, not even looking at you, writing down who here, who not throughout the whole semester. And at the end of the semester, you're gonna be hit with 50 points of who is there and who is not. So please go to class because you never really know what class is actually doing participation throughout the entire semester.
And Azure, what happens when you ask for help? You haven't been to class in 3 weeks, but then you need help.
Your professor might really just look at you and say, "Are you in this class?"
Ooh.
So that's why you might want to, but professors are so open when they know you're there. You're trying throughout the school year. You're doing number 3 that Teresa's gonna go over, going to faculty office hours. So yeah, definitely go to class. Another thing on class is find your study space. Do not just study in your dorm or your apartment, which is something I have to learn to do this semester. Go out on campus, go maybe into one of the buildings, or just be outside and study. It's so nice outside right now. Do a picnic table. I know they have, some people bring hammocks, study in a hammock, do a little picnic outside. Like if you don't want to be trapped in the building, because that's one of my favorite things to do is study outside on the lawn or wherever you have to go. Yes, so definitely make sure you go into class and studying outside of your dorm.
Wonderful. Hey, Teresa.
Alrighty, so number 3 is going to faculty office hours. This is like an open time to go and speak with the professor. And honestly, this is one of your best resources as a student. So for example, let's say you have an exam coming up. You can go to the faculty office hours that your professor is holding and say, hey, I know we have this exam coming up. What do you suggest I study? I want to make sure I'm studying the right material. That way you can kind of understand where the professor is at and you can kind of be on the same wavelength as them. And that makes your exam easier and you understand what to study. Also, if I hadn't have gone to faculty office hours, I wouldn't have gotten a position as a research assistant in the College of Education and Human Services. So just doing that and meeting your professors is super important and can really open up some doors for you.
But Teresa, going in to talk to this person who has this PhD and is older, oh my gosh, that's kind of terrifying. Maybe I'll just wait until sophomore year to do that.
I understand why some students think that, and I was like that too when I was a freshman. But going in right away and introducing yourself is really great to open up some doors for you because the professor is going to think, hey, I've seen that person in class and in my office hours. I know them, and I know that they've been working really hard. Plus, they have a lot of really great life experience, a lot of great experience in the college and getting their own degrees as well. They've been through a whole bunch of life and throughout college, and they can really help you out with that. So don't hesitate at all. And if you need help, even on the first day, if you just need some help, go to the faculty office hours so you can get to know your professor and get some help right away.
That is awesome. Miss Holly, let's finish with you.
All right, sounds great. So remember, don't forget to ask questions, meet people and get involved. You all have passed that first step, right? So step outside of your comfort zone and meet people. All right. Also, be patient. We know that college is different. College is vastly different from high school. You don't have people waking you up. You're not surrounded by your family in your comfort zone. So just be sure to be patient, respect, and be okay with the process. And take care of yourself. Always take care of yourself. Mental health, physical health, it is all important. And again, check your email and Blackboard daily. And know your finances. Those refund checks, friends, please do buy them the right way, okay? And if there is a loan you could give back, give that thing back. Give it back. Don't keep it. Give it back. All right, sorry.
I mean, shouldn't I just go to the bookstore and buy the top level, bundle package with printer and all of that and just charge it to my account?
You know what? You can if you like, but that wouldn't be financially the right decision. When you could just wait for the refund check, go to work. No, I'm just playing. Buy that. Go to the bookstore, but think about it. Know the way your budget is set up before you just go and charge stuff to your account, because you can charge things to your account, but you don't need to. Don't charge what you can't afford.
Flex dollars, anybody?
Come on, I know y'all spent y'all flex dollars at Starbucks. AZ, Teresa.
See, I budgeted my flex dollars, so I made sure that I was not spending 100 within the first week. Be careful with them flex dollars. It's a really easy. Look, it's not your money, so you just like, I could spend $100 every single week, but it runs out. Y'all need to know that it runs out. And with charging things to your student account, it's addictive. So be careful doing that, because you don't want to. Next month they send you an email like, "Hey, you got $300 due next month," but you like, huh? Yeah, so be careful with that one.
Okay, we have to wrap up. Our time today has ended. Ms. Holly, you're going to drop a quick survey. And, do us a favor. Go and do the survey for us and just if there's anything you want to know, give us a rating. We try to just really be considerate of you and what you needed to know in this one-way conversation. But we look forward to meeting you and getting to know you on campus. I guess I'm going to turn it back over to Michelle. And thank you all again for inviting us. You can give us applause in the chat. We appreciate it.
Okay, so mentors, I'm about to drop a couple of links for you. So this first one, that is the survey for this academic breakout session. If you could just give that to your mentees and have them fill that out. And then at 10 a.m., which is in about 10 minutes, you have like a short transition break, whatever you want to call it. But at 10, we have the Voices That Matter panel that will be of CMU students talking about a little bit about diversity on campus. So if you can log on to that YouTube link at 10 a.m. and then after that at 2, that last link, that will be the Involvement Matters piece that we have. And the YouTube link is right there as well. And then if you guys have any questions for Ms. Holly, Ms. Mary, and their students, go ahead and drop that in the chat.
Azure, Teresa, you ladies rocked it. Thank you so much for participating today. I'm so proud of you. Oh my gosh.
Yes, thank you for calling us in today.
Yes, from building this to presenting, to kind of see how it works.
Oh my goodness. I just want y'all to know I'm getting all types of warm and fuzzies seeing our Pathways Scholars. Come on, our Pathways Scholars now, Impact Mentors. Come on.
Yes.
We got a question in the chat.
What's the cost of Pathways? It's free. Pathways is a free resource for you. We do have a first year experience class. We have 7 sections. It's only offered in the fall. How is Mainstage being handled with COVID? So Mainstage is now virtual. It will be a virtual experience, and you will be able to go to different organizations' WebEx rooms and learn about their programming.
I think we actually have a Pathways WebEx room if you want to learn more about us for Mainstage.
I also want to take this second to shout out to all the students that followed us on social media today. I saw the notifications popping up on my phone. Thank you guys for all the love on social media.
Yay!
You've done a great job with that YouTube channel. Put your BCA degree that you're working on.
Yes, to work.
Yes, and then you'll have a beautiful portfolio at the end of your college experience that you'll be able to share with the world or share with those who want to hire you.
Oh, we have another question. It was at the top. Sorry, I missed it. Would it be smart to give away your refund check during these trying times? No, it wouldn't be smart. So when I say return the loan, if you don't have to or if you don't need it, give it back because you'll have to pay it back eventually. However, save it. Saving is best. So that means I know we're all up here. We want to support our family, but you have to support you first. So make smart decisions. Don't give it away. Keep it, save it, because you just never know.
Mhm.
When will we hear back from you if we emailed you? We try to respond within 24 hours, but I'm pretty good at email responses. Yes, period. That's what I'm saying. I love seeing these pop up, these little comments. It just gives me life. Is it Asha or Asha? Asha or Asha? I'm not sure, but are you on one of our FYEs? That name is here. Okay.
Forward the email again. If you didn't get a response, it's possible we didn't see it. Send it again because right now we're on the spot and you will get an immediate response.
Mm-hmm.
That is a promise.
Period. Who? Do people still say that? You know, the lingo just changes. So feel free to. Oh, will Sister Circle happen this year?
Yes, we have Faith who is working on our Sister Circle right now. So yes. And if you don't know what that is, come talk with us and you can see about getting involved.
Gino said, can I visit? Gino, we're in Ronan 343. So yes, you can visit, sir.
You can also visit us virtually. So using Microsoft Teams, you can also visit us that way. But you need to wear a mask when you come in. There you go.
Put that mask up. Where is the Pathways office located? Gino, Ronan Hall 343. Let me put that in the chat.
So if you're a freshman new on campus and you don't know where Ronan is, Ronan is right across from North Campus and down the street from the library and the University Center.
Right in back of the University Center. You know Warner Hall, where the big seal is? We're in that area.
Yes, behind the admissions building.
And that's part of the fun of being a freshman is learning campus. I promise it will get easier.
We have another question, Ms. Henley. I believe her name, Gina asked, is Getting Acquainted Day happening?
Michelle.
Oh, sorry, I was still muted, but no, they're not doing Getting Acquainted Day this year.
Okay.
And we're just going to wrap it up as of now. Mentors, if you could jump on the Voices That Matter link on YouTube. And thank you, Ms. Henley and your team for coming and speaking to the students.
You are very welcome. Very welcome.
If you guys need that link again, please let me know and I can resend it.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.